Dear EMA community, welcome to our expert talks with Nezahat Baradari, member of the German Bundestag. Dear Mrs. Baradari, welcome.
Hello, I'm very glad to see you again.
Me too. Last year you joined the German parliament for the first time. Before you worked as a doctor in different clinics and you still run your own medical practice for kids and young adults. What was the reason behind choosing politics as additional career?
Yes, in my everyday life as a pediatrician and adolescent medicine specialist, I have experienced particularly closely the unintended, sometimes insane effects that laws can have on the treatment of patients, especially children and adolescents. At one or another point, I have wished for significant improvements in both health and general policy. I was asked by the chairman of my local association whether I could imagine running for election as a member of the Bundestag. So I saw this opportunity to contribute my practical and long-standing professional experience to the highest political body in Germany.
You are a very active person, and on your social media you publish several videos in Turkish. Among other things, you present a translation of Angela Merkel's speech regarding the coronavirus lockdown. Why did you feel it is important to publish this information in Turkish, and how do you perceive the current situation in Turkey and also the Turkish-German relationship in the corona pandemic?
There are many Turkish or citizens of Turkish origin who do not have sufficient command of the German language. And in this very important political speech from Angela Merkel, in which legislative measures of national scope were announced, I saw the need for these people to be informed just as well, quickly and sufficiently. According to the information available to me, Turkey has done relatively well as the health infrastructure has been built up in recent years. Also, Turkey did not have the same problems as we in mask procurement as, for example, the Federal Republic of Germany, because it produces masks itself. Unfortunately, in this respect too, there has been a focus on mutual criticism instead of a better cooperation. But there's also positive news. A German research couple of Turkish origin in Mainz is conducting research on a promising vaccine against SARS-CoV-2 with European funding. Which symbolically shows that the best German-Turkish results are only possible through peaceful symbiosis. I could wish the same for many other areas.
Besides your strong commitment to Turkey, you are also part of the German delegation to the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean, which focuses on the cooperation in political, economic and cultural affairs between the EU and the countries bordering the Mediterranean. So this is, of course, also the heart of the EMA's work, and we are very much interested to learn from you now. So how does the COVID-19 pandemic affect the cooperation between the EU and the Mediterranean countries, maybe on the short, but also on the long term?
Yes, I am a member since a lot of weeks. The most concrete effect of the current pandemic was certainly the cancellation of the annual session of the Parliamentary Assembly. This was supposed to take place in Antalya at the beginning of March. A new date can certainly only be found once the infection situation has eased further and air traffic is resumed. Furthermore, the planned and necessary face-to-face meetings will certainly be cancelled at all levels at the moment. Video conference and telephone calls can only partly replace this exchange. Similarly, in a corona pandemic, many countries are single-handedly acting on a national level, and international cooperation has suffered massively as a result. Even so, many areas of pandemic control lie within the sovereignty of nation states. I would have liked to see more cooperation, both within the EU and between the EU and its partner countries. This includes in particular the countries bordering the Mediterranean, and it will be therefore a very important task to resume mutual exchange and to find a mechanism to improve cooperation with each other in future crises of this kind. The main priority, of course, remains the further containment of the pandemic and the management of its consequences worldwide. This will also involve answering the question of what opportunities there are, for example, for the important tourism sector to resume work this year. And as soon as a vaccine is available, it must be made available to all people in the world. Only then we will be able to return for a new normality to our old normality in our daily lives.
Mrs. Baradari, you are talking about more cooperation, about opportunities, and also about a new normal and a new world. These are very important key findings, and you have a strong support from the EMA, and we are very glad that you're supporting the Euro-Mediterranean cooperation personally and professionally. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you for this interview.